Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me. Welcome to Nostella's Corner. Welcome to the home of Water Must Flow. Welcome to Nostella Kidney Foundation. Today we'll be discussing about cervical cancer. What is cervical cancer? We say cervical cancer is the abnormal growth of cells in the cervix. And of course, if there's anything abnormal, you expect every of the function to be abnormal. That is the cancerous cells multiplying and causing trouble in the cervix. What do we really mean about the cervix? The cervix is part of the reproductive organ of female, which serves as an opening between the vagina and the womb, which is the uterus. What are the signs and symptoms? Of course, let's know what even causes cervical cancer. We say cervical cancer is caused by human papilloma virus. What are the signs and symptoms? Of course, you start having bleeding, abnormal bleeding in the vagina that stays longer than the normal menstrual period days. And of course, there is pains after sexual intercourse or during sexual intercourse. There is abdominal pain, lower abdominal pain, and you also have pains at the back. You notice the bleeding is longer than the normal days. And of course, you notice discharge from the vagina, which is which has a foul smell and it's offensive. It's the color is abnormal. That is the discharge from the vagina. So when you start noticing all this, please go to your doctor and see your doctor. You need medical checkup. And of course, you notice there is painful urination. When you are urinating, there will be pains, burning sensation. And you also notice that there is pain during during your menstrual period. Even after menopause, you start having pains. All this should be checked. And what are the normal things you need to do? You need to prevent cancer. Cancer is preventable. It's treatable when you detect it very, very early. Early detection goes a long way in helping you to prevent or treat cancer. Of course, it's inevitable, but you need to go for the normal screening to prevent and to prevent and to prevent cancer. You really need to go for pap smear, and you have to also take the vaccines. We have vaccines that we give at early stage from 9, 12 upward to female children that will really help them to take care to prevent them from having cancer. So as a female, you need to go for pap smear. You need to go for human papilloma virus test. Of course, if you go for the test and it's negative, you take the vaccine. It also helps to prevent you from having cervical cancer. And also safe sexual intercourse, as in safe sex. And another thing, you make sure you get health educated about cancer. Health education is important for you to be able to detect cancer in time and fight it. And of course, the treatment, which is chemotherapy, radiation, you might even go for surgery. That's if it has not spread further. The cancerous cells has not metastasized or spread further. You can go for surgery, whereby they do subtotal hysterectomy or they do total hysterectomy. They end up removing the cervix or they bring out the whole uterus if the cancer cells, the abnormal cells are spread to those site. So that is the treatment for cancer. Of course, we also have key facts to help you prevent cervical cancer. Already we know that cervical cancer, if early detected, is preventable and is treatable. And another thing we already know that is being caused by human papilloma virus. And as a woman, please endeavor to go for pap smear, go for screening. The procedure, yes, might be a little painful, but very, very important and vital in helping you fight cervical cancer. And the procedure is being carried out by healthcare professionals, whereby is a sterile procedure. They will use a sterile speculum will be introduced into the vagina to be able to view the cervix. A brush will be used to brush the tip of the cervix where the specimen will be collected. It will be kept inside a sterile container and taken back to the lab for tests. So after that, once the result comes out and you are cancer free, cervical cancer free, please take your vaccines. Very, very important. Don't joke with your health. Remember, at Nostella's Corner, we always tell you your health remains your wealth. And please endeavor to go to the hospital. When you screen for cancer early, cervical cancer early, you can be able to treat it and get rid of it. Vaccination early is very important. It saves lives. Don't joke with yourself. As a female, please endeavor to go for your checkup today. Go for your screening. Remember, at Nostella's Corner, we'll always tell you to do the right thing. Don't delay at all when it comes to your health. At Nostella's Corner, we love you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.